had the urge to jump off an airplane. Welcome to my channel. I know I'm so bad about posting. For a girly that somehow manages, what's my hair doing? For a girly that managed to somehow post 8 times a day on Instagram, it's phenomenal that I just can't get myself to post regularly on YouTube. You know what it is I can do everything on my phone on Instagram, you know. But YouTube, I have to like film it, and then this is not what we're here to talk about. We are 2.5 months into this journey, and today I had the urge to jump off an airplane. So yes, I was just driving along, and I was like, oh my God, skydiving. Oh my gosh, I should learn to ride a motorcycle. That's what I should do. And I literally posted about it. I'm waiting for someone to DM me in the LA area if you're interested in teaching me how to ride a street bike. I've always wanted to. Okay, so this isn't something that just popped up, but oh my gosh, I thought it wasn't recording and I was going to scream. Anyways, I had a good think about it and realized I'm an adrenaline junkie and realized this is all tied to my nervous system. And I Googled it, and yes, in fact, that is part of the dynamic that I got from early childhood, where my nervous system is used to being in fight or flight, I'm a dopamine. I'm used to having a dopamine, adrenaline, so I am a dopamine junkie. That is my drug of choice. We love me some dopamine, and that is the reason why I got into toxic relationships, and it is the reason I am good at what I do now, because I finally learned to control my nervous system. And the internet, ChatGPT herself, says people who once chased adrenaline through chaos often become very calm, grounded leaders later in life once they learn how to regulate their nervous systems. I'll tell you what. I did my 15-minute breath work this morning, and it was fantastic. I get so excited for therapy nowadays. It's like going to Disneyland. I had therapy yesterday morning. Oh my gosh, I was so excited because I've been having horror dreams, okay? Like just exhausting, okay? Who knows who's going to see this? So I'll be real honest. I'm going to put it all out there. I told you guys I would. The guy that I was talking about the prospect of dating before my little 4-month challenge, I have had nightmares of his wedding ring that he now has on in my face every night. It just gets bigger and it just glares. It's like this. This is what it looks like in my dream. And it's terrifying. And then I wake up and my dog is like ballistic in real life, losing it. And I've just been processing so many things. Also processing, just the dreams have been wild, okay? Crazy stress dreams. But just a beautiful process watching this roller coaster of like sitting with myself, sitting with all my feelings and my fears. And once I removed that dopamine, the adrenaline, the rush that I have been so used to getting my entire life, right? Since when do we start liking people? When do we start catching feelings? For me, it was preschool. Maybe that's a little young. I don't really know. I used to literally chase boys around on the playground in kindergarten. Preschool, and pin them down. My friends would pin them down and I would kiss them and run away. Yeah, that's when it started. And ever since then, you know, I've been a love junkie. I'm an artist. I write music about my relationships, and I think to myself sometimes, I wonder if I could survive without dramatic relationships, because what would I write music about if I did that? So I've always been in this very chaotic state. And then I went into unhealthy abusive relationships, which I share about. And then I was like, whoa, this is a me problem. I'm allowing this. This needs to stop. And I actually stopped, did the work, realized, okay, this is what it's like to be calm. I need to retrain my brain and my nervous system to be calm, but it doesn't just happen overnight. I've been coaching it, and my nervous system still misses that familiar chaos. You know, that's why when everything gets real calm, there's this little voice that goes, jump out in an airplane. What? Who said that? My nervous system, which is used to being chaotic, and now that I'm all calm and fluffy and I have nothing and no one to worry about, my nervous system is telling me to jump off of high things to get that rush. And that's what I get from my work. My work also gives me that rush because I'm worried I'm worried about banking or whatever it is. I'm CEO minded. I don't take direction well. Why? Because I like the pressure. I like the stress of being in charge and having to make everything go according to plan. And when it goes according to plan, it feels good. And then I find another problem to fix. So this time has forced me to finally really lean into the mundane. Like, what is it like to enjoy being bored and calm? Like, look, I'm in my room right now and it's like, there's nothing to worry about. I still have a bit of a time crunch coming, so I have a little bit of adrenaline because I'm like, oh, got to get this video done before my next meeting. And I love that little feeling, but I'm learning to not need that feeling of anxiousness, of rush, that literally having to rush. It has been the most difficult and most rewarding thing. You know, the first couple weeks, I was like sad. I was so sad. I was like, this is a bummer. Like, I don't get to wake up and say good morning to anyone. I don't get to daydream about the possibility because it's just like me and my dog. No offense. I love you so much. He's really great. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have him. And I've had to literally trust the Lord over and over again. My hair is crazy today. I don't know what is she doing? Okay, there we go. I've had to trust the Lord over and over, and man, is that a good feeling, you know, when you're just like, you got me? Yeah, you got me. I've had to say no when opportunities have presented themselves and been like, that could have been a good one, but the Lord knows if it's meant to be there, it's still going to be there in 4 months, you know? And I've had a lot of anger. I've had a lot of hurt. I've had a lot of pain from the situation that happened right before this 4 months. And I don't get to have any closure. I don't get to ask for any answers. I just have to trust the Lord. And it's amazing watching it happen, watching everything slow down. And I'm learning more and more. And this is the work that I teach, you know. I've done this before. I've done this 6 months before I got my last healthy relationship. And I would go so far to say, as if I had done more work, I may have not gotten in that relationship because our values did not align in a lot of ways. But I'm grateful that it happened because he taught me how to be in a relationship where fighting didn't happen. And so now, I mean, one thing that's really happened and occurred for me is this time, like, let's be real honest, people. Girls, we have so many options. Even when we're older, I see older women all the time getting hit on. But the reality is, like, if you don't get married, there will be a time when you'll be lonely. It's actually very lonely if you think about it. If those of you who are out dating, it's very lonely when you have, like, you're going on dates and you have a bunch of different prospects, but none of them really know you. None of them really fit the bill. You don't really feel safe with anyone. It's a very lonely space to be in. But you take that even further to, like, when you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and all of a sudden you're alone and you didn't choose anyone or you had so many options. I know people like that, okay? That had so many freaking options that now they're 70 something and they want to settle down. Well, guess what? It's too late. That ship has sailed. And this time has put me into that space and made me really realize, like, it's really lonely. I don't remember the last time I felt lonely, except for this 4 months, because I've forced it upon myself, because I always have people around and options and stuff going on, and I'm traveling. I haven't been traveling. I did go to Hawaii. Okay, I did go to Hawaii for a little spell. But for the most part, for the last 2 months, I've been home. And there's been a lot of solitude. And I really enjoy also my solitude. But it's made me realize, like, this is the reality. This is what it would be like if I don't choose one person and invest in them and commit to them, right? And it's made me appreciate that future husband and be so much more ready for him. And I feel like I'm going to walk into my next relationship just appreciating him so much after this long amount of time where like there's nowhere to rest my head. There's nowhere to put down all this pressure, all this stuff that I'm holding. I go into therapy and I like cry about it yesterday, and it's like I have nowhere to put it down. Like I have to just keep giving it to God, giving it to God. But like, what a beautiful thing that the Lord made man and women to be able to come together and be like, lay it, like give each other that support. Like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I will appreciate it so much more now after having had this time. I'm so grateful for my girlfriends that like I can hop on a phone call every once in a while, like Kristen, and talk to her, and I feel like light. It's like, oh my gosh, someone else like is there for me, you know? But to be able to come home every night to that, that sounds great. Like, why would you want to go on a bunch of options and go on a bunch of dates with a bunch of people you don't know when you could just have one person at home that you know and you trust? And then maybe are a little weird like you, and they're goofball and they annoy the crap out of you sometimes, just like my dog. But it's perfect. But it's perfect. I mean, that's just genius invention. You did good. You did good, man. So that's where I'm at with that. And I have another month and a half. It's kind of at a weird place now where I'm like a little nervous to get out into the open, out into the wild. Because in some ways, now that after I got through that hump of like sadness, it's really peaceful in my little bubble, and I don't have to like be disappointed by anyone. I can just like, you know, be like, well, something out there could be nice for me, and that's great. And that's all. I don't have to actually find out that the person's going to disappoint me, you know? So it's safe here, and I have to be prepared and know how to calm my nervous system and lean into my feminine and take care of myself by myself, so that when I enter a relationship, number one, I don't settle for someone who can't treat me as well as at least I can treat me. And number two, later on when I'm in a relationship and they don't have the capacity, because no one will ever be able to all the time be everything I need. When they are tired, when they are hurting, when they need somewhere to rest their head, I need to be able to take care of myself so that I can also be there for them. So this work has just been, I mean, that's, I guess, the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to have to do a couple more of these videos as stuff pops up. But it's just been so rewarding. And I just feel calm. I feel happy. I feel like I wake up I just got out of bed at like 6 something today. I don't do that. Like I'm a 7 or 8 girly, 9 or 10 on the weekends. And I just got up because I was excited. I'm excited about this work I'm doing. I'm finished with my new course, Unshakable, about to drop it. I have a webinar masterclass I'm doing tonight. I'm going to start doing a masterclass every single Friday. I'm just amped. I'm excited. I'm full of purpose. I'm full of mission. I'm on fire, you know, and it's just been so good. I've had so much clarity and so much extra energy. And I think to myself, like, why didn't I have this energy before? Like, was it alcohol? No, I was drained of the battles I was creating in my head over nothing, or the people I was entertaining that were draining me, that I shouldn't have even been entertaining in the first place if I was just looking at the signs, if I was grounded in who I was. And I also learned that I have a lot of the scarcity mindset from being malnourished as a baby. Wow, that got deep real quick. Wasn't my mom's fault. The doctor told her, don't put her on the bottle yet. And finally, my grandma was like, put the baby on the bottle. And I fattened up real quick. But that scarcity mindset is something that still trickles into my drinking, my eating, my dating. So I've just learned so much. I've dug into my values. If you want to do your values, which you should, DM me the word values to get my value alignment worksheet. I'm so excited for this next chapter of life. I wouldn't even say like I'm excited to date again. I don't even know how I feel about that yet. I'm excited for the person that I'm becoming. Like, I'm so proud of her. And my little Chelsea, I know, would be so proud of her. I just, like, life is just so good. I'm excited for the song I'm about to drop and the course I'm about to drop. And I'm going to Greece. And I'm already planning this Costa Rica trip for next. It just, good stuff all around. And it's been hard. It's been very hard. But if you're dating and don't know what to do with your life or how to fix your dating, obviously take my course and take 4 months, or 4 weeks is not really enough, but ideally take some time alone. Stop dating. Work on you. Be alone, like actually alone. Not like some people, myself, I'm guilty of being like, well, I've been single for so long. Okay, but if you had a person you were talking to that you thought had potential, that's taking up your brain space. Like, don't talk romantically to anyone for a while. Give yourself a break, a reset. You got to heal. You got to figure out who you are, what you want. You got to get your confidence back. And then you can go out there and then you can handle the dating. And then you'll probably have a better data meter, right? Your picker might be broken because you haven't given yourself time to recognize who you are and what the fuck you want. Excuse my French. Anyways, that's it. I'm done rambling. Stay tuned for the next update. Yeah, it's been a wild ride, but it's been a good one. Love you guys. Ciao.